So, good evening once again. This is Rarely Mahilong Pondoyo, and for tonight, I will be going to continue the lesson 5.5, Misbehavioral Management, in particular with effective specific classroom-wide interventions. So, effective specific classroom-wide interventions include 6 components, which are the teacher performance feedback, class-wide incentives, noise management, managing transitions, enhancing engagement, and also relationship building. To begin with, let's start with teacher performance feedback. So when we say teacher performance feedback, it's about the evaluation of the teachers at the end of the semester or at the end of the discussion. Just like what we did on our previous semester to all our professors. So when we say teacher performance feedback, it's about it helps the professor or the learning facilitator to identify what are those key factors affecting why is it some students didn't catch up the lesson easily, or it may vary through the subject itself or the professor itself. So teacher performance feedback enables to reflect the teachers, thereby changing their ways to meet the students' need. So as a future educator, it is important for you to be able to adjust on how are you going to take the discussion effectively happen for them or to achieve effective teaching learning process. Next, we have class-wide incentives. Interventions and incentives may work better when given as a whole class rather than on specific learners only. This will reduce class competition and promotion the cooperation of the learners. It is important to avoid discrimination considering the feelings of all students as part of a group. So, class-wide incentives achieve fair and smooth discussion. It is important since all the students have the right to learn freely and fairly. So, this enables the classroom management or to achieve effective teaching learning process under the engagement of the learning facilitator and the students itself. Next, we have noise management. Reduction of noise levels can direct students' focus to the lesson and the classes in adjacent room. So, noise management is important not just in classroom setup but also in new learning modalities, since we cannot deny the fact that there are many noises in our environment or from the engines or from our seatmates in a classroom setup. That's the reason why noise management is important. So, noise distracts the students from learning, and as a student in new learning modalities, it is your obligation to find private place for you to be able to heard what the teacher is trying to convey and for you to be able to catch up the lesson easily. And as a learning facilitator, you are obliged also to find a private place for you to be able to deliver your discussion effectively happen, or considering the noise of the environment we're in, it distracts the students from focusing on what you are trying to say. Managing transitions. So, according to Fudge 2008, it claimed the use of a color code system with matching signals to show applicable rules at the given time could serve as a guide. So, when we say managing transition, it's about establishing clear, specific rules as a group rather than individually may better assist in regulating behavior and changes. Now, let's proceed to enhancing engagement. So, make variations on how the teachers solicit an answer from the students to encourage full participation. So, when we say enhancing engagement, it's about the students and the learning facilitators' engagement. So, as a student, to achieve effective learning experience, you have to listen attentively to the discussant or the learning facilitator for you to be able to understand what are the teachers trying to convey or the discussion itself. And as a learning facilitator, you have to give a activities on after the discussion for you to be able to evaluate if the students have learned something from the discussion. So by this, we can able to create effective teaching learning process to happen. Lastly, we have relationship building. So according to Patterson 2009, explain that when a teacher is involved in learners' small talk outside of the class may prevent them from misbehaving in a class, especially those attention seekers. So, relationship building focuses on the engagement of the student and the learning facilitator itself. So, it is about the interaction of the students and the teacher inside the premises of the school and outside the premises of the school. Since some professors treat the students outside on the premises of the school as best friends, as buddy. So by that, they can able to create interaction, to create or to build strong relationship that will bring on the classroom setup. So by that moment, the student and the teacher already have a interaction. So the students may participate on online or in classroom discussion since they are open to each other. So by that, they can create effective teaching learning process or learning experiences effectively happen. Therefore, effective specific classroom-wide intervention is important to achieve effective teaching learning process to happen. So by this, we can able to create interaction by the students, we can able to achieve smooth discussion, we can able to build relationship to our facilitators, as well as we can able to enhance our skills, broaden our knowledge, and as a future educator, to have background on how are we going to facilitate the learning experience of the students for them to be able to feel appreciated and loved. So, effective specific classroom-wide intervention focuses on the teacher and the students' interaction, and it's very important as a future educator for you to be able to adjust and to new learning modalities and to meet the students' need. And I think that's the end of my report. I hope you have learned something from my discussion. Stay safe, everyone, and God bless.